Welcome to another episode of Biz Radio with your hosts Zakira and
Mikey.
And we are back for another episode. It's been a little while, but we're back in action here with you guys. I've missed the podcast, Mikey.
Podcast, though. The podcast, honestly, guys, the podcast's doing really well.
Oh, yeah.
The numbers are looking good.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to go back and listen to the Angela Yee podcast. That one is doing phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, the podcast is doing well. I honestly, if you're listening to this, you can also watch it on YouTube. We have it on YouTube on the private label page.
Right.
It looks beautiful. Our guy, shout out to our guy Dowie behind the cameras, behind the scenes over there. Dowie, number one video guy that you can't hire. He's all mine. So yes, it's doing. I thought more people would watch that, but it's okay as long as they're listening to on the Apple. Most people are listening to Apple Podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I was looking at the data like earlier, so it's pretty cool.
And it's all because of you guys. Whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Stitcher, iTunes.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah. So what's new, Mikey, in the world of Mikey and then in the world of private label extensions?
Oh, what's new? It just so happens published a book.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Fearless, you might have listened to the last episode. You might know this. Fearless Beauty is out. If you want more information on it, you can go to hairbusinessblueprint.com. I'll have a little link in the show notes. The book, so the time we're recording this is day 3.
Mm-hmm.
The book's doing pretty well.
It's doing pretty well.
Okay, we made Amazon bestseller in 5 categories.
Which is unheard of in the first few hours.
It's not unheard of, but for a new author.
It's really great.
It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
And I mean, this was like pushing a lot, begging people, paying people off.
And we're still begging. Make sure you go get the Kindle version of the book and leave a review on Amazon. It literally takes 2 seconds to get the Kindle version. It's 99 cents. And just
whoa. By the time this comes out, you might have missed that opportunity.
Oh.
It might be back at regular price.
Which is...
I don't even know. My publisher, it's about $7.99.
Okay, but still, well
there's
worth
the paperback, the hardcover. The hardcover is nice though. Like,
oh yeah.
Have you seen the? Yeah, did you?
I haven't seen the hardback cover.
Oh yeah.
Oh. That boy, nice.
Yeah, the hardcover's nice. So
this is really nice, guys. So make sure you go check out the book. Leave a review after you purchase the book. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, the books. I had self-doubt.
Really?
Yeah, I really did. And I haven't had self-doubt, honestly, in years. And this was something I had a little self-doubt. Is my book good? Are people going to like it? Am I headed in the right direction with all this? And then it was too late to go back. So I was like, well, it's done.
Yeah.
But everybody that's reading it and the feedback, the messages, this, that, the other, everyone is just like, oh my God, this book is so real.
You did an amazing job with this. And I love that you said you had self-doubt because people can humanize you and they can understand that, okay, it's not just me. And this man is very successful. He runs several successful businesses. And he is saying that he's had self-doubt before. So it's okay if you have it. You just have to keep going and still do it.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things that it's a new project and, the book is like we were joking. I'm not making money off these, when we had it 99 cents or even the Kindle, Amazon takes I'm not making money off this book. Like this was an expensive project for me because I got a lot of help to make sure we wanted to make sure that we did something really professional. This is like a top tier. This could easily run with like a lot of the top entrepreneurship books.
For sure.
The quality, no grammatical errors, the editing, the everything was. And we did it for the hair industry, Zakira.
Yes.
Like the hair industry, we all know is so big and it just doesn't get the love. It doesn't really. It really doesn't get the love. So I said, you know what? We're doing this. This is all of us together. We're doing it for the hair industry. We got something. We got something for the hair industry here.
Oh, yeah. And it's so good because it's teaching you how to build a business, but then also personal things as well.
Yeah.
Like how to shift your mindset. Even if you're not in the hair business, the book is still for you. There's so many different tidbits that you can walk away with and incorporate into your own business. So I think that's good too.
Hopefully people listen to it. I think it's good.
For sure.
Other than that, that headband wig's looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I do have a headband wig on from Private Label Extensions. It is a 22 deep wave, and it has been doing me very well.
Those headband wigs are like...
Their life. My hair is literally like in a ponytail. And I just threw it on and put my own little headband on. But It works really well.
That's what I like, actually, having them made with the black headband, and then you can quickly change out and look, something different all the time.
And I bought a ton of these other headbands.
Where'd you get those from?
Beauty supply store.
Oh, really? They have them there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Beauty
supply store. Yep.
Oh, yeah. It looks great. So if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe leave a comment that says, "Hey, Z, you look awesome." Show Z some love, okay?
Yeah.
Give us a couple emojis of how you're feeling, something like that. It's good. But, private label, we're still working on stores. Lithonia, we're finally actually got another permit approved and inspection done today. So we're finally getting,
awesome.
Getting close. And so that's going good. Zakir and I are both heavily, hundreds of dollars invested in some cryptocurrency.
Oh, yes.
So we were talking about Dogecoin. I just call it Doggy Coin because of the emoji thing. I just love calling it Doggy Coin.
Dogecoin.
So, Zakir is in at 19 cents. I was in at 19 cents, went on that dip, and then I got out.
It dipped really, really low.
Fast.
Yeah, fast it did. And I almost pulled all my money out. And I was like, you know what?
Let it ride a little bit.
I'm going to let it ride. And so now it's at 62 cents.
62 cents, which is fun.
Yeah.
So Zakira, and listeners, I'm letting you in, me and Dawi, okay? So Dawi got on this a little early. He kept it a secret from me, okay? I'm not going to keep it a secret from you because you know how I am. I got a big mouth. So look, the next one is called BitTorrent Coin.
BitTorrent Coin.
Right? And it's BTT is the ticker. Mm-hmm. And I got in at 0.008, so it's just under a penny. Dowie got in at like 0.006 or 7, something like that.
Dowie.
Yeah, he got in a little lower than me, but the BitTorrent coin, I think once it hits a penny, it might go up. This is non-professional advice, guys. I'm not advising you to buy it. I am not a financial advisor. You know how they always on YouTube.
Yeah, disclaimer.
This is a disclaimer.
I will say that after this podcast, I'm going to go buy some and we'll just see what it does.
I mean, look, at under a penny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. So, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. And,
actually, this podcast will probably be out next week, depending on how fast Dawi gets that editing done. And, so if you're listening to this Friday the 14th, lucky day, Friday the 14th, please tune into Breakfast Club at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Because I will be on Breakfast Club. I'm flying up to New York. Obviously, my business partner, amazing business partner, Angela Yee, invited me to talk about the book. She's one of the endorsers of the book. So that's pretty exciting. And actually, pretty interesting. So is on the Breakfast Club, I am announcing the winner of the ATL business trip. Did I tell you about that?
No, I may have seen it in the group though.
So basically what I'm doing, part of the promotion of the book, first things first is we're giving away 10 brand new laptops. Okay. Because there's still a lot of people in the group that need laptops. Oh, yeah. And we're doing our best to...
I see the laptops over there.
Yeah, we got literally my office stacks of laptops and stacks of books. So we're giving away 10 laptops next week. And then the ATL business trip is I'm flying someone to Atlanta, not on Spirit.
Delta boy.
Probably Delta, if possible. We're going to get them a nice hotel. I'm going to give them $500 in cash.
Oh, cash money.
Cash whatever you want. Money. I'm talking like real, those hundreds. You go, smell it, okay? That Miami money.
Miami money.
So we're going to give them $500 cash, and then I'm going to work on their hair business for an entire day.
Oh, wow.
That's major.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
No one is doing that, one. And two, if you were getting that, it literally would cost you a ton of money.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, if I don't win, can I hire you to do that? And I'm like, no. Like, no. Like, I haven't had a day off since 2019. You think I'm going to like just take money at this point? No. I don't need anything. I'm in a doggy coin at like 39. I went back in at like 39 cents. I got BitTorrent coin at less than a penny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One day I might have that money. Okay. I'm not worried about it now. Okay.
Woo, okay.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So all is well in Mikey's world. I love it. I've just been I've been traveling to some places,
She always traveling.
Traveling, still working. Clientele is going great. Planning a wedding. It's all not stressful. It's fun.
Yeah. So guys, Z's taken, so you're a little late. I'm sorry. So if you put those heart emojis in YouTube and she sees it, You're not getting that number, okay? The marriage is coming up. Obviously, I'm invited to the wedding. I haven't get the invite yet.
They haven't gone out yet, but you were there. You and Mary Margaret are definitely there.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So today we are talking about apps and plugins for your website. So it's one thing to create a website, build a website, but it's another thing to enhance it with different plugins, different apps. And we say apps and plugins because it depends on if you're using like WordPress or Shopify or other website
and
platforms.
Can you tell them the difference between, like, because sometimes when we say apps, they get confused as far as like a mobile app and a Shopify app. Can you kind of explain the difference?
So a website app is more like when you log into your Shopify store, they actually have an app store. And so we'll go into the different types of apps. But for example, one app would be ShipStation. They have a ShipStation app, which is for shipping. So if you utilize ShipStation, you can download that app into your store and then everything will kind of integrate. The best example would be the Dropship Beauty app. So Private Label
I like that
Extensions
example.
has the Dropship Beauty app. And so what it does is the app literally integrates with your website and all of the products, everything that you can sell from Private Label Extensions, Dropship Beauty is in the app, and it all just downloads into your store. So all the products will end up in your store. Shipping, everything is automatic coming through the Dropship app. So did I explain that?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
But actually, because we're on the Dropship Beauty app, which, I'll go ahead and start and say Dropship Beauty app's definitely a good app to have.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
yeah.
So the Dropship Beauty app for Shopify is a great app. Now, what Zakir was explaining is true. So you go into the Shopify store and you're going to import the app. You can import all the products. And basically you get access to our inventory, which is phenomenal. And there's a huge difference between dealing with a USA-based dropshipper and somebody overseas.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because especially now with shipping delays, but we go above and beyond with the branding portion. Right? So if you're on a pro Dropship Beauty account, we will actually pack and ship your orders with your branding that you either purchase from us or you can ship to us.
Yeah.
Now, I know we said they're two separate things, the mobile app and then the Shopify app, but I said, Zakira, how could I make it even a little bit easier for our clients in their day-to-day of managing their store? What does everyone like? They love
their
mobile
phone.
apps.
Yeah.
Right? So I was talking to my developer. I said, hey, look, let's go ahead and see. I'm not worried yet. I said, let's keep it simple, because he was like going into all this, doing all these things. I said,
yeah.
Version 1, keep it simple. Let's just make it so people can process their orders on the go from their mobile app.
Oh, that's perfect.
So right now, we're kind of in beta a little bit, testing. We have it all working where you're going to soon be able to download a mobile app to process orders for the Dropship Beauty Shopify app.
Oh, that's going to be next level.
That's next level.
Next level.
Right? So, I mean, nobody in the hair industry has something like the Dropship Beauty app, but they definitely don't have the Dropship Beauty app.
Mobile.
Plus,
yeah.
The mobile app, that's going to make it even easier. It costs money. This stuff is not cheap to do, Z.
Oh, trust me, I believe you.
Yeah, like this stuff is not cheap. This development cost it's expensive, right? But we do it for our customers.
Oh, yeah. I love it. So Dropship Beauty app, that is the first app that if you sell hair extensions, lashes, cosmetics, really whatever, you can utilize the Dropship Beauty app. Another app for Shopify, I was going to say Kajabi, but I literally had a brain fart. What is the email system that
Klaviyo.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was literally at the tip of my head. So Klaviyo is a great email system app to use for Shopify, especially because now Shopify does not have an app for MailChimp. They no longer work with MailChimp. So Klaviyo is going to be your best bet, especially if you're looking to do like abandoned cart emails, and if you're looking to have it to where all of the emails that come in through your site are automatically into your mailing list. Klaviyo is going to be a very good app for that.
Yeah, it's pretty techy. Like the back end is pretty techy.
Yeah.
So don't be intimidated by it. It just takes a little bit of time to get used to.
Understand, yeah. And they have a ton of YouTube videos. And Klaviyo actually has like tutorials on their site and stuff. Their help section, it's all very user friendly.
Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite email programs that we use. I was actually live in our Facebook group this morning, giving them some live love of me with some coffee. They love it so much. I don't know. But we were talking about that, and that I was saying how I use some different email apps. Like we have an Active Campaign, we have a OmniSend, some of these other bigger brands. And I use it because I like to report back to everybody what really we like.
Yeah.
So I even though I'd rather just all be on Klaviyo because it's easier, I still do some tests. Or if someone else has it and if they're in the masterclass, shout out to my hair business masterclass members. I can say, oh yeah, this is how you do it because I have some experience with it. It's not on the big sites that I do it, but it's like some of the smaller sites. Said, let's go ahead and, kind of space it out a little bit with some different services.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for sure.
So going into app number 3, Zakira mentioned earlier, but I'm going to re-mention it, is ShipStation. So ShipStation is phenomenal once you start getting a little bit higher volume of packages that need to go out. Okay, so if you have just a few packages, honestly, it's very easy just to go ahead and use the Shopify system that's built in. But as you can continue to grow, saving some time, having some efficiency, some automation, it's going to save you a lot of time and money. And that's where ShipStation comes in. Oh, yeah. So we've been a client of ShipStation's for, it's been like at least 6, maybe 7 years. We've seen them grow. We've seen how they kind of been updating it and making it better and better. I still have some ideas for them. They don't listen to me, but that's okay. Okay, ShipStation. But overall, it's a fantastic app for your business, and it makes a big difference as far as shipping goes.
Oh, that's really good. Another one is going to be MC4 Bundles. So that's an app that you can download in your Shopify store. And if you wanted to group products that you have, so let's say, for example, you have a book, and then you also have like a headband that you wanted to sell as a bundle. You can get that app and then create those bundle deals. That way it gives like a discounted price for the bundles. So that's another app that you can use for that as well.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So another great one is TaxJar. Okay. So as you start doing e-commerce, you're going to have to start collecting and paying sales tax.
Oh yeah.
Like sales tax is actually starting to come to like every state, which is honestly going to get really complicated for smaller businesses and e-commerce. Well, what TaxJar does is it will collect the sales tax. It'll tell you exactly how much you owe, and it makes it easier once you have to just go ahead and pay the state their sales tax. They kind of make everything a lot easier, saves a lot of time, and it's a great app.
Oh yeah. Another good app is digital download. So for example, if you have an ebook or some sort of PDF that people are purchasing that they would like to download, digital download is going to be a great Shopify app to incorporate. I know if you just create like a product on Shopify and you're looking to have that PDF downloaded, it's not going to allow you to do it. So you have to have the app in the App Store to do that.
Yeah, if it's the same one that's for WordPress too, digital downloads is kind of like the name, even though it's like so common, but it makes perfect sense. Kind of similar to private label is like very common, but hey, we're private label, like the brand.
It makes sense.
Makes sense, right? So yeah, that's been around for a while, and they have a huge following and platform for WordPress as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
yep. And we'll get into WordPress too, but that's good to know that it interchanges.
Yeah. Yep. So another one that I really like and we actually use is called GroWave. So GroWave is kind of an all-in-one for customer reviews, wish list, and then the points reward system.
Oh, yeah.
So the reward system I'm huge on. So if you like buy on privatelabelextensions.com here in Atlanta, you can actually use those rewards in the Atlanta store. And then if you're purchasing in the other stores, it's all kind of separate accounts. They can't all talk to each other yet. But basically you can earn rewards points. What I really like about the online one is it helps send out those emails.
Oh yeah.
So we have like after 14 days, it sends out an email to follow up. Hey, leave a review. And this is a feature I actually told them to integrate, and they actually listened to me. Because look, if I have one of these apps and I'm like, you guys need to do this. This is something everyone's going to want, and as soon as you do it, your product's going to be better. Some of them listen, some of them don't. I'm like, look, I've been doing this stuff forever. Yeah. I know. I'm deep in the streets. Okay. So look, this is what we do.
Mikey's deep in the street.
But look, this is what I told him. I said, you guys need to say, okay, you get X amount of points for leaving a review, but you get X amount of points plus a bonus amount of points for leaving a review with a photo. Because it's one thing to have a review on your site, because I think of me as a store owner or our clients as a store owner. It's one thing if they have a review, but that photo
changes the game.
Changes the social proof behind that's huge.
And that's one thing that I always look for. If I'm looking at reviews, I always look to see, okay, what do the photos look like?
Right.
Especially if I'm buying like hair, furniture, clothes. Like I want to see what does this actually look like on someone or in someone's home. Yeah.
So that's something they actually integrated. And, it's pretty reasonably priced for what it is. It honestly helps generate a ton of business for us. And their customer support team's really good. They're in, God, what country is that? They're in some country that's like somewhere over kind of in between Russia and China somewhere. Some small countries where their dev team is and their customer support, but they're really nice. I suggest, here's a little pro tip. I got pro tips in the Fearless Beauty book too. So I'm trying to get the book out there, guys. I got to do some shameless plugs. But a pro tip is if you're going to install the app, do it later at night, because later at night is their morning. So if you have issues or want to get things done or have questions, they reply real fast because it's their morning. So the little pro tip, do it at night, and then you'll have like a little faster customer service response.
That's a good idea. Another app is going to be Thinkific. So Thinkific can integrate with Shopify. If you have courses through Thinkific, but you want to integrate them into your Shopify store, all you have to do is get the Thinkific app, and then it will automatically port the courses that you have in Thinkific over to Shopify as products. So the only thing you have to do is go in, and if you want to update the product descriptions or change the pricing in there, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah. Thinkific's great. So we use Thinkific for Hair University. We've had it for years and it works out really well. So yeah, I agree. That's a great app. I haven't actually used it for the integration. I know they have that integration. I haven't integrated it yet, but I know they're getting a little bit more like deeper, that integration and that relationship between Shopify and Thinkific is getting better, because I was just logged into Hair University looking at a few things, and I saw like they had some Shopify stuff in there. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, looks good.
Getting friends with Shopify. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So that's awesome. So let's get into some of the WordPress plugins.
Sounds good.
Okay, so WordPress plugins. One of my favorite places to get WordPress plugins is CodeCanyon.net.
CodeCanyon.net.
Yeah, so you can get WordPress plugins there pretty cheap. And one thing that's a little different, just so you guys know, with WordPress plugins relative to Shopify, all Shopify plugins pretty much have a monthly fee. WordPress is going this route, but they are, you can still get some deals where it's, you buy it one time. Oh yeah. And it's like a lifetime deal and you're not paying monthly.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And some of them are free. Some of them.
Yeah. And then there's tons of free ones.
Yeah, there are.
And then if you need it like really kind of like the souped up version, you might have to pay a little fee, but for the most part, it's okay. So my first one is, it's actually not on CodeCanyon, but it's called PixelYourSite Pro. And this guy probably has the best up-to-date, always updated, amazing plugin for your Facebook pixel, getting your Facebook catalog into Facebook so you can do the shop, so you can tag products on Facebook and Instagram. And so PixelYourSite Pro, shout out to that guy. He's pretty awesome. His newsletter is really good about marketing and other things. So definitely check that out.
Yeah. And make sure, I know sometimes it can be a little hard to update your Facebook pixel in WordPress. So make sure you check out the plugin, because it probably makes it a little easier.
A lot easier.
Yeah. So another app or plugin on WordPress is going to be, is it IO Compressor or just Compressor?
That one... I think the one you're talking about is called Smush.
Okay, Smush. So that one allows you to compress your photos on your website. So for example, if you're uploading a JPEG from your desktop, it is probably going to be very huge, and it may cause your website to slow down, especially if you have so many different photos on there that aren't compressed. So if you download the plugin Smush, it'll help you compress all of your photos versus you having to go to an actual website, compress the photo, and then upload it. It'll automatically compress the photo for you.
Yeah, that's really powerful, because a lot of people don't really know how to work with photos. Like they maybe know how to take a photo, but don't really understand the dynamics of how, like, having the right size and the right file size. That's a whole nother kind of thing that's going to really either make your website amazing or slow it down and piss Google off.
Oh, yeah.
Don't piss Google off.
Do not piss Google off.
Don't do it. So another one that I like is, how do I say it? It's WPBakery.
Oh, yeah.
So WPBakery makes it so easy to build your website.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just one of those front-end designers. What I like about WPBakery is the cost. It's about $60 a year. Relative to something similar I use on Shopify is $100 a month.
Oh, wow.
That's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
That's a big difference,
A huge
guys.
difference.
So this thing just makes it easy to update. Now, sometimes it will come with a theme. If it does come with a theme, you always end up having to buy the license because it only gives you that one.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be this one plugin that's never updating, and it's so annoying. Like,
I've experienced that before.
Yeah, like anybody that's had a WordPress website, like it's just really annoying, but it is what it is. So, definitely check that one out. Depending on if you already have a built-in system in your website, I wouldn't say change it because that can get really messy.
Oh, yeah.
But if you just need the site to be able to have one of those front-end editors, WPBakery is great.
That is a great one. Another plugin is MailChimp. So if you're more of a MailChimp person and you want to integrate it into your website, MailChimp does integrate with WordPress, so that'll be a great plugin for you to use too. And MailChimp is email, so that, if you're not familiar with that, that's a great one. Great, easy one, user-friendly.
And then another one is WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is going to be the e-commerce backbone of your whole WordPress website.
Yeah.
And what's great about WooCommerce is, so WooCommerce was purchased by a company, I believe it's called Automatic. Okay. So now, because a lot of WordPress and WooCommerce was open source. Open source is cool and everyone loves open source, but no one's pushing for it to be great. Right? So you only like this small community of developers. So now WooCommerce has all these additional plugins, which will probably say one more of WooCommerce plugin, but the WooCommerce is the main plugin that can have plugins within the plugin, right? So WooCommerce is number one. If you're going to sell on WordPress, you're either going to use WordPress or you're going to use digital downloads. Mentioned with the Shopify, but they have it for WordPress. So it's fantastic.
Awesome. I love that one. Another one that I thought of that you always use is Yoast SEO.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah. And so does that one help with spam as well? Or is that just for...
No, that doesn't, but it helps with the SEO like a boss.
Okay. Yeah. So the Yoast SEO, that'll create space for you to go in and create descriptions, SEO descriptions for all your products. And it is really great. We use it a lot.
Yeah, so the Yoast SEO plugin, they have the free version, does about 90% of what you need. I don't advise paying for the pro unless there's like some circumstance where you think you're really, really going to need it. Save your money, guys.
Yeah, that's a good tip there.
Yeah, most people aren't going to need it.
Yeah.
They're not going to know what to do with it. Just don't spend your money.
Yep.
So getting into that, there's another one that is WP Optimize. Yeah. And this one helps with your database. So WordPress is, you have all this data on a server, and to make it simplified, sometimes the data just kind of gets all over the place. And WP Optimize will go in and clean up all the database tables, meaning it just kind of, wipes everything down a little bit, gets things organized, things that don't need to be there. It's going to go ahead and delete, and that's going to keep your site from slowing down and running properly. So it's one of those apps that's another free one that does have a pay to upgrade.
Yeah.
I would say for most people, I would just go with the free one. We use it now for some of our sites, and it works out pretty well. Yeah.
Can you talk about one of the apps that does the spam cleanup, or is that the WP Optimize?
No, that's not WP Optimize. I will make sure that I put it in the show notes.
Okay.
So because in the masterclass, I was talking about one of the sites we're working on, and it gets all this spam.
Yeah.
And it is the most annoying thing in the whole world.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So WP Optimize will actually help clean up all the spam comments. So if your WordPress site has a ton of spam comments, WP Optimize can clean those up, but you want to be able to prevent them.
Right.
So the prevention, there is a tool because there's thousands of these, but this one was a free one, and it worked out really well because I'd go in, I'm like, wow, there's no more spam comments. Like, this is nice, right? So that helps out a ton.
Okay. Another one that I would say is called Slider Revolution. Yep. So Slider Revolution, that is what is going to create the header images for you to kind of like do the little slide thing. And then when you go into the actual plugin, it literally shows you how you can do all this animation stuff and how you can get the words to fly in and change the colors and add pictures and all that. So Slider Revolution is going to be really great if you're looking to have that header on top of your website.
It does a lot of the flashy stuff that I personally don't like, but I know a lot of people do like this stuff, that kind of the bells and whistles and whatnot. I generally keep a lot of our sites pretty simple, but no, so for one of our clients, she does this thing. We were actually talking about earlier. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but that site's on WordPress, and I was actually just using Slider Revolution. So it's pretty cool. So another one I like is WooCommerce memberships and subscriptions. It's 2 different plugins. So if you wanted to have kind of like a members only site where you're putting like certain products or certain content behind something, you can use this. It is a little expensive. I think they're both about $199 a year, which, is a pretty big clip there. But, it works out really well. But you have to make sure that you're keeping all these plugins
up to date.
Up to date. Yeah. Actually, one thing, I don't know if you've noticed this, I'm sure because I think you've been working on a lot of WordPress sites, is they have the auto update feature now on WordPress. So that's nice. But, honestly, on one of my sites that I've been working on that's WordPress, it's like turned on, but it's not auto updating.
I did have to where I was using a plugin and maybe the plugin didn't update and it like messed up the whole site. So that was a whole catastrophe in itself.
Yeah, that's one of the things, guys, when you're using WordPress, you really have to keep those plugins updated. You need to log in and you're literally just clicking update. The only one you need to be really careful with is WooCommerce. It's a pretty big plugin. And it has a lot of stuff that it does. So sometimes you can update the WooCommerce plugin, but your theme's not ready. And that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother issue. So I get it.
Another plugin is Contact Form 7 or I think it's Contact Form 7. And that one allows you to create a contact form on your website. So if you have a website and you need a contact page, or if you're looking for a form to do like a pop-up or something, Contact Form 7 is going to be really great for that.
Yeah, and one thing with the Contact Form 7, we talk about this a lot, but make sure that Contact Form 7 doesn't like to work anymore unless the domain name is the same as your domain. So it doesn't like to work with Gmail addresses. It basically forces you to be great. Because you should have, you need to have your professional email address anyway. So that's just like another quick tip with that, is make sure that you have that set up.
That's really good.
But I think we went over a pretty good amount.
A good amount, because I was sitting here like, dang, what am I going to say after Mikey? I was trying to think about another plugin.
No, we can go. Me and Z, we
can go for days.
We can go for days. We just kind of throw these out there because we've been doing this for so long, and we hate to make it look easy, but after so long, it gets easy. It doesn't necessarily be easy. It's easier.
It's easier. Yeah. What actually, I know some people do ask about this, but do you know a plugin off the top of your head that does the pop-ups where it says so-and-so has purchased? I know Beaketing was one, but they actually don't integrate with Shopify anymore.
That one is called FOMO.
Yeah.
So it's usefomo.com has that. And then actually another one real quick, I'll put the links for all these, by the way, in the description, is OptinMonster. OptinMonster is really powerful. They've been around for a while. They're a really strong development team. Lots of great tutorials for those. OptinMonster is another really good one for lead generation. We did some pretty good campaigns with that for like Black Friday and all that kind of stuff with OptinMonster. We killed it with that.
Those are good ones. So make sure you guys are adding these plugins to your websites, especially the WordPress plugins are really good, but make sure if you have a Shopify site, you go in and check out all the apps that they have in the App Store, because there's a ton, like easy apps that you can just add in there. And then also with WordPress, if you have a customized site, some plugins you may not need, but then other plugins you can definitely use. So, that's good.
So make sure you guys are picking up a copy. You're never going to hear
Fearless Beauty.
You'll hear the end of it one day, but it's going to be for a while.
Today.
Not today, because I need a lot more people to read this book, because I wrote, especially if you're in the hair industry. This is great for all entrepreneurs. So get 2 copies, give one to another entrepreneur friend, even if they're not in the beauty industry. But really, if you're an entrepreneur in the beauty industry, Fearless Beauty, find it on Amazon. This book is really for you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely for you. So make sure you do that. Leave a review, and then also for the podcast, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Leave us a comment and let us know what are some topics that you want to hear about. We always love hearing from you guys, so that we can start creating some content that is specifically for you. So make sure you do that for us, and we'll be back with another episode of Hair Biz Radio soon.
Bye.